Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean. Please welcome my co host, Mark, the Spirit Whisperer. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Jean. So good to see ya. Feels like
It's
it's been
so,
forever. It's only been a little bit, but seems like, I don't know, time is so odd. It's like, well, was it a
it
year
has,
ago I saw Jean? No, it was like a week or something. No,
right, right. Last month, we try and do it monthly. And I just love being with your energy and connecting with you. And sometimes we get together on Mondays or, for special occasions. So just want to shout out to Melinda. Thank you for being here.
and
So
Melinda.
nice to see you and everybody else that's here. Nice to have everybody here and together. So Mark and I will be doing readings for you today. Jessica is here. Nice to see you. And Mark, I just wanted to maybe talk to you a little bit about like the Earth's energy through the this little shift that we're going through from 3D to 5D. And Pan is in contact with Gaia, and Gaia is a sentient being.
Right.
And does have you had any interactions or any messages between the earth and what's going on at this time, what we can expect?
Yeah. Well, it's not that different, like you say. Gaia is like a being. Um, and the earth, in a way, is like a representative of us. It's like we're all one. So the earth's body, reflects our body in a way. And the earth has, emotional energies, mental energy, physical energy, spiritual energy, and it grows and evolves and changes. And so does all the life on it. So it's one. We can't involve in change without Gaia also doing, so it's all one thing, guys. We can't, that's one of the big points is we're not separate. We're all one. And you can't do it without bringing your brothers and sisters along with you. And that's where it's really this thing of realizing you're all one, regardless of your skin color, your hair color, your eye color, your religious belief, whatever it is, we're all one. And that includes the animals. Now, evolving and changing, which is great, but it's not like necessarily the easiest thing in the world because there's resistance and stuff. And so we have to let go of things that no longer serve us. And there's this let going energy. And she has to do the same thing. And that it comes across physical. Um, it works the same way it does with us. But so then the physical things of releasing energy can be weather events. Now, they also talked a lot to me this week about how group thought can affect the weather uh,
Oh,
in ways because we're all one again. And so, if there's group energy that's really just stuck into fear and anger and judgment, and they're just unwilling to let it go, and they're just becoming like channels for that energy, and they're just directing it all over the place and just putting it out, putting it out, and putting it out. It it gets physicalized and comes back. It's just like anything else that we create with our minds. Whatever you put out comes back, and it comes back in a physical form. It goes out in ethereal, comes back physical. That's what happens here on the earth. We create what we think and believe um, and content.
action and reaction.
Exactly. So it's not really that different. Now, and in a way, Mother Earth is asking us to let go of that energy. And as that hate and judgment and fear and blah, 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 because that doesn't help growth. It just prevents it or stops it. And so, we get presented. It's interesting because then what happens is that scary weather happens. So what happens, in a way, we create something scary. uh, the goal is to let go of that fear and anger. But if you just are just hanging on to it, you create those experiences, guys. And I just see
Yep.
that's why there's more and more of that going on. Now, ultimately, we're going to get beyond it. Um, so, like sometimes if I'm looking into weather and stuff, I might see something coming, but it's also, it can change depending on thought, how humanity is evolving, because we got to get on the same page, kind of. So that means you can't ignore Mother Earth and treat her as if she doesn't matter. You can't. That's another reason why you got to vote blue, because only one side cares about the Earth and wants to actually take steps to try to, balance out what we've done here. So I don't know. I can see. I just did a weather video where I talked about, hurricanes, um, volcanoes, which I never think about volcanoes. And then just since I only did that like 3 days ago, so the next thing I saw in the news was, oh, hurricane coming up through the Gulf hitting Florida, which he said, well, it looks like through the Gulf, there's more than one hurricane coming, but talk about that. So right afterward, oh, here it comes. And then today I saw those volcanoes all erupting in Italy, like big time. So it's not that I take great pleasure. Well, Spirit told me that, and there it is. Because even when
Hmm.
I make those predictions, it's not to make people afraid, but it is to realize that Spirit's on our side. Otherwise, they wouldn't tell us that to begin with. And so it's a way to know that Spirit's in behind things and in charge of things. So when they tell me this ahead, that also, then when I see it, I'm not as alarmed because I already had a prequel that, oh, actually, I'm expecting to see volcanoes erupting because it was just so clear in my. And if the truth is, if that's available to me and it really calms my heart and my spirit and my soul, it's really available to everybody. And just for whatever reason, like Gene and others, we just begin to play with it sooner than others. And so I don't know.
Well,
I
I
got
think
all
it has
topic.
um, also a little bit to do with that we create our own reality. And if we live in fear and we believe that there are things to be fearful of, then that is what our reality will show us back. It's really, you say, oh, Gene, things happen and we don't even have to be afraid of them, and things happen. I'm letting you know it will not be in your reality. If you keep your vibration high, you trust the universe, you stay in your connection with your spirit guides, and you work with soul to soul, understanding that all of humanity and all sentient beings, we're all here together as one. And you work with this, and you work on forgiveness, you work on acceptance, you work on, these spiritual laws that are universal. And it really makes a difference. It really just doesn't sort of come up in your energy or in your awareness. And this is the way we're moving forward. This is what 5D is a manifestation at our own creation. They say we are powerful in the sense that we have choice. We have free will, and spirit guides and angels and loved ones cannot come in and change anything without us making a choice. So if you're in a predicament and you want to know if is it this job or this job or this house or this house, and you can't make a decision, they can't help us. But as soon as we make a choice, that moment is our PowerPoint. That is the power in which we have choice. When we make choice, the energy moves, and this is when we can be guided and things can come in and help us or steer us or guide us or empower us. So that indecision or that analysis paralysis or that fearful um, unable to move forwardness is really keeping us at that lower vibrational level. if we work on our spiritual practice, work on our own spiritual connection, and to trust that the spirit guides and angels and our higher self is leading us, it really makes a difference. It not only makes a difference for you, but it ripples out and it makes a difference for everyone. And I think, if I can just maybe step out and say, that could be why you guys are here, because you hear this is the way I try and live my life. This is what I focus on. This is I'm working on my bliss. I'm working on what makes me happy. I'm working on being creative through my soul's energy. And you all also feel this, sense this, and work on this yourselves. And this is what brings us together. And this is what will ripple out.
Right. And we create our own place then to share with like minded people. And we create a space for it so that we don't have to just sit in our room all alone doing it. We can join with others. I love that phrase, analysis paralysis, because boy, does that jump out when you get all stuck in something.
I know. And it happens to all of us, you guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
trust me.
We've all had to do our work. We've all had to, dig deep down and uncover the things that we didn't want to look at. And we know that a lot of you are far along on your journey and your path as well.
Yeah.
But I do want to just thank everybody for being here and hanging out together. Thank you, Gina and Jill and all the moderators. We really appreciate you. And Valarie is here, Valarie Gerlach. And I'm just asking if you would put your questions in um, in caps. And I see that Jenny here, as much as you can. That helps. Caps and emojis. I mean, if you can't type the whole thing in caps, I understand, but just so that it sticks out to me, I appreciate that. Very nice. Hi, Dolly. And Mark, what do you say? Are you ready to get started?
Oh, look, Melinda even said, does the hate in the world affect the turbulent weather and we're experiencing? I didn't even see that question, but that's kind of what I was talking about. That's interesting.
Well, yeah, she says this, and then the very next thing she says,
I guess I got my answer. And I just now solved the question. I love it, Melinda. That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's on our minds.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So, all right, I'm going to start with Jenny Berlin since I put her up as an example. And Valarie, I see you, Valarie Gerlach. And Dolly, I see you. Sarab, Sarab is here. Nice to see you. We brought through his father yesterday, and
Cool.
It was very powerful for Sarab and us as well. I'm just going to stop that ticker, you guys. Sometimes I feel like I'm on a bus and I get motion sickness because of that ticker going by. So, but thank you. I appreciate each one of you. All right. Jenny says her cat Smokey passed 2 years ago. Oh, my love. I still have his twin. Oh, 13 years old. Both gray tabbies. Does Smokey have a message? What's his twin's name? Did she say?
No.
What's the twin's name? Smokey and what? Fire? Smokey and...
Little Smoky Smoke.
I feel like Smokey's still in the house with you and the twin. And he says, thank you for adopting both of us, or rescuing both of us, keeping both of us. I think that there may have been a decision to only bring one, but then you decided to bring both so that they could be together and each other's company.
Mm.
I think they merge. A little bit. Like, does Smokey act like the other one, and does the other one act like Smokey? I mean, I know it's hard to tell. I mean, they're cats, but I feel like they merge. I feel like the twin allows Smokey, or the twin recognizes that Smokey is still around.
What's this other one's name? Is it a girl? Smokey's. Oh no, maybe they're if they're twins, they're both boys. But what's the little one that's still here? His name? Jenny. Because 13 might sound old, but it's not that. It's not as. I feel like this one's planning on being here quite a while longer. Um, but I needed to switch decks for a minute. They liked each other. They were close, it feels like. Um, but I kind of feel like the one that's here acts like I want to say she, but it's probably a boy. Um, acts like she was a little more experienced as a soul, like a little bit more, had just a little bit more. She feels like she helped guide that other one a little bit. That's what I'm hearing. And so when I'm not sure.
Blue is her name.
Oh, blues.
Smokey Blue is the. Is it a she? Is Blue a boy or a girl?
It's probably a boy.
Okay.
So Jenny, I feel like what I'm hearing now, I'm pulling up a whole bunch of cards, but and listening same time. I think Smokey um, wouldn't mind to come back to be under the guidance of Blue again. I know that might sound unusual because they were together and now, but it looks like he's thinking about he wouldn't mind to return while Blue is still there. Um, and I feel like he's been around lately, like dropping in, looking at the situation. He kind of misses being with his sibling. Um, he misses. They're both boys. Okay. He misses, like, I know these are dog cards, and we're talking about a cat. Um, but he misses playing with his sibling because they had good energy. I feel like. But I also get trust your intuition and allow it to happen. So I don't know if you all of a sudden there's a little kitten or a young cat that's looking to be adopted, you might consider it. That's what I'm hearing. Because it's a little interesting that little guy could come back to his sibling again, but that's what I'm hearing. Yeah.
That's cute, Mark.
Okay.
Really nice. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Jenny. And I think that you might be a little behind. You can click that little live button, make sure it's red, and to catch up. I think she may be a little bit
Yeah.
behind. That happens to me too, but I appreciate your question. Thank you very much. And next we have Valarie Gerlach. And Valarie says, was my son Ryan giving us a sign at an event we had in July? So your son Ryan, who's passed, was he giving you a sign at the event you had in July? And after Valarie is Jessica and Dolly. Um, Jessica, you're next, and then Dolly. Oh my goodness, I think my pen broke.
Valarie. Let's see if Ryan was around with the sign.
I'm just going to use my pendulum here.
Okay.
Um, Ryan, Ryan, are you here with us now? Ryan, Valarie's son, Ryan, are you here with us now? I hear him say, "Yes, I'm always watching over you, Mom. I'm right beside you." Did you, were you showing the family a sign at the event they had in July? Was that a sign from you? And I'm getting a yes, and it's a definite yes. And he's like, "Of course, absolutely." He said, "Thank you for recognizing, thank you for acknowledging." And he's saying that's not all. He's saying that there's signs on a daily basis he wants you to know. He's saying there's signs and synchronicities that go on around you, and he said there's never too many signs. It's not just one sign. He said that the sign at the event in July may have been more overt or a larger scale. Um, he's saying, but the ones on a daily basis are when you hear songs or when you smell, his cologne, or when you hear something. When something occurs that makes you think about him, or something that occurs in nature that is just not typical. He's saying that he does send you signs on a daily basis. He wants to send you much love and comfort, and he wants you to know that he's watching over you and the family. Um, does he have siblings? He's talking about his siblings. Um, I feel like it was. I'm not sure. Was was this a message to your siblings? He's saying no. Was this a message to your mom, Valarie? He's saying yes. Was this a message to the entire family? And he's saying yes. That's very strong. Very much stronger. Yes, for the whole. It was his celebration of life, she's saying.
Yeah.
Such an amazing, full of love. He has a brother and a sister. Okay. It was for the whole family. How about you, Mark?
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, it was him message. First thing I get is death upside down. So he's like saying, death doesn't stop me from communicating or being close to you. And then I get like a page of swords. So that would be like a pretty direct um, message. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, might have even used nature in some way to get the message across. But I got it was a big event. There was a lot of family there. A lot of energy. It was like he could be around a lot of people at once. Um, Not everybody would realize it, but some would, or really get a strong sense, almost like when cold chills go up your back or something like that feeling. So it was a celebration for him. Did he did he have a child by any chance? I don't know if he's old enough to have kids, or I don't know. I get like a child energy. Um, and I'm just wondering, or it could be a little brother and sister, because you said he had a brother and sister. So it was either of those things, like he was connecting with either his child or his childhood with his brother and sister.
Mm.
The Six of Cups. And then I get one more card here I'm going to share with you. The Six of Wands. He's he's strong on the other side. It's like he's gone through a bit of a process, and he's come out like these are almost like big wings behind him. He's very strong. Um, he's got the wand in his hand. Um, he feels like he may have been spiritual when he was on the earth, like not in your basic, not in like a religious way, but I don't know. Feels like he likes to fight the fight of the right or something like that. On this image seems to be like him in a way. But I don't know. It's hard to know, without feedback if I'm on the right thing or not. So anyway.
Yeah. Valarie, let us know if he had any kids. And sometimes, I don't know, maybe the internet is disrupted. I'm
That,
not sure, but
that always happens.
um,
So there's that.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
He did something though. It feels like it was kind of a big sign. I don't know. Like it had to do with nature or something.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when
Okay.
we were burying my mom, and we were right at the point, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this huge wind came up, just like blew through us all, and I was just filled with like cold chills up and down. And I just knew it was my mom somehow, like visiting us at her funeral. But it was like using nature to kind of make this. Then it just stopped. It was there for a while to where we were blowing away, and then it just went. As if, where'd that come from? But so it reminded me of that a little bit when we were looking at this energy.
Yeah, something that affected everyone. And yeah, he's a good son, and I feel like he's safe and sound on the other side there, Mark, with that card you had.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Well, thank you very much, Valarie. If you have more for us, please let us know. She
Yeah.
may have just hung up and called her family. So next I have Jessica and then Dolly. And Jessica says, may I have a spirit team message? All right. I like that. Spirit team.
For Jessica Lynn.
I feel like they're saying you don't have to wait for everything to be in place in order to begin. You don't have to be an expert before you teach. You don't have to be certain of the process before you begin. It's almost like they want you to begin where you are with the knowledge that you have and the understanding that you currently have. And they want you to begin where you are and to allow the evolution and the process to grow as you continue forward in your spiritual journey. I do feel as though they want you to share your thoughts, feelings, ideas, and knowledge with others. Oh, and healing with others. And they say that it's important to trust yourself. I know that sometimes if you begin and you've only had one class and you're unsure, um, it will evolve. Your experience will teach you more than another class will teach you, but you will continue on your education. But try not to rely only on the education. I feel like you had some education and you're like studying that education to make sure you're having it right. And what that education seems to me is a guide for you to tap into your own style or your own way of healing or helping others. It's almost a way to tap into your own spirit's abilities, and it may not look exactly like that. I just feel like we're trying to you're maybe not moving forward because you're afraid that you're not something may not be exactly the way it was taught. But it's important for you to make it your own, is what they're saying. How about you, Mark? Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
Valarie popped in.
he sent us a big rainbow. Yeah, that's. I know. I felt like it's nature. It's a sign from nature that he was doing. Yeah, I love that.
We
He didn't
just
have
popped this
kids.
up.
I also like
Mhm.
that he was known for being super positive, and that was that, holding that wand up and like leading the way, kind of.
Mm.
Yeah, that was really
Mhm.
his energy. So I think also that childhood energy, he didn't have kids, but it was about, it was more about his brother and sister, and, that energy that he loved for them.
Terry holding your space is here. Hi, Terry. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in.
Okay, Jessica Lynn, there's something that you normally do that you've kind of not been doing as much, and they'd like you to get back on it. So as far as creating the things you want, feels like you've been a little, you've been struggling with finances, first of all. So either that or just um, like feeling like I need more guidance on my purpose or what I'm supposed to do with my life. So you get the Two of Pentacles, but things aren't as balanced as you'd like them to be. And I think it's because you've been a little lax on making sure you include spirit in the process. So that could mean you haven't sat down and meditated on it for a little bit or something. Because you're a magician, you can do it all. So don't forget it. It's like they want you to remember what you already know and to be more intentional. Um, you know, more intentional with your choices because this is the outcome we're heading for. The sun. You've already put all the work into things. It feels like we're talking about something you're looking at manifesting. You put a lot of work into it, but maybe you're thinking it's taking too long. Uh, I give up because then you get this. I'm just going to lay down. And so those two were both upside down, which it's just trying to, I feel like the Spirit's trying to remind you to get back up and just remain proactive. Uh, no. Here's my intention. Uh, we're not off the path. We're still heading right where we were. Uh, and so I'm right where I need to be. Things are balancing out. I'm not giving up hope. We're still moving forward. I'm not saying you're giving up hope, but sometimes we're like going, well, I don't know. I feel like I need faster progress or something. Or where's the opportunity I've been, building towards? It's coming. Just keep your connection to source. That you're doing this together.
She said, yes, I've been feeling a little lost. And yes, it does feel like things are taking a long time to manifest.
Yeah. But the sun card's pretty powerful, and that's came right after that upside down magician. So just you just write that back up by just realigning with your intention to work with, co-create with spirit, and this is what you're doing. Just realign with that. Yeah. And then you get that sunshine.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Mark. Hello, Sandra. Nice to see you. And Jessica says, thank you, Jean and Mark. Great messages. You're welcome.
Sweetie.
And next is Dolly. And Dolly, just say hello. After Dolly, I have Melinda. And Melinda, please say hello.
Heidi, 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 ho.
And just everybody, make sure you click on the live button. Make sure the live button has like a red dot next to it to make sure everybody's in that up to live. Okay, Dolly's here. Thank you, Dolly. Here she is. She says, hello, Gina, Mark, and everyone. I would love to hear a message from my brother Stanley in heaven. Thank you all very much for what you do. You're welcome, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly. Let's see, your brother's name is Stanley.
I'm getting a kind soul coming through. I'm getting a soft gentleman coming through. I'm getting he wasn't he was young looking, and he always I don't know if you said your younger brother, but he just seemed to be a little, and this is not quite the right word, but a little naive. Like he was just he would trust everybody. He was really kind, and he would take the shirt off his back to help somebody else. He seems very kind, very soft, very and soft spoken is what I mean. Um, really wasn't very pushy or assertive, and sort of like kind of went with the flow, go with the flow kind of guy. Does this sound like your brother Stanley, Dolly? And it's okay if it doesn't. I just want to make sure I'm with the right energy. And he just seemed casual. Okay, yes, Jean. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you, Dolly. Um, he was a little funny. He was he was a good friend to you. I feel like he would communicate with you openly and sort of share his thoughts and feelings with you. I feel like he worked. Did he work with water? Like, did he work with like not a plumber? It could be a plumber, but something with water. Uh, I don't know what he's showing me. But he worked with something. He was a. There was not a lot of competition in his job. He had a specialty that he did, and he enjoyed his job. It was almost like it was a trade. It was a trade. I feel like he worked in the trades, and he went to work. He enjoyed his job, and he came home. He worked hard, and what can I can feel and see his expression on his face and his kindness, and like he would say, "Do you want me to take this outside for you?" or he would say, do you need me to help you? Like he would always offer his assistance and be, he's just a kind soul. He appreciated you. I feel like you took him under your wing. I feel like when there was family get-togethers, he would come to your house. I don't really see him. He may have had um, a family, a wife and kids earlier in life, but I didn't see him with a wife and kids later in life. I'm not sure if he was estranged or divorced or separated, or if it was just a early relationship that didn't manifest. But he has very kind face, kind eyes, really sincere heart, and quiet spoken, generous, and content. He really had a beautiful spirit. I'm not sure. Are you getting anything there, Mark? I don't. I'm not getting
Yeah.
anything past that.
Well, I get a lot of like he comes with a lot of love, first of all. So he just shows me the King of Cups energy. So he's a very loving guy. Maybe more in touch with that than a lot of guys might be. He has a lot of love for you. Were you his big sister? I'm just wondering. He felt really close to you. It gives me this Empress card, but so it makes me feel like maybe some big sister energy. Um, but of course, it could go the other way. But I'm just kind of feeling that way. And that, you meant a lot to him. Now, the other thing that he seems to be talking about, so that's all the love. That was just his like hi, because he came right away, I felt like. But he feels, I don't think he's talking about himself. I think he's talking about you. It feels like you might have been worried about something, or you've been a little burdened. I just get worry and burdened. Uh, Maybe a little bit about money. But so I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what he looks like he's looking at. And he's wanting you to know that's going to be okay. So he gives you the Ace of Swords, that things are going to work out. You might have been feeling like stagnant, or something's got to give somewhere, something like that. So you get the Hangman right side up. So it looks like we're moving out of stagnation into more movement. It also gives you the the Ace of Chalices. So, positive gift, um, and a Queen of Wands. Oh,
He said he was a year older than me, but he treated me like an older sister. And yes, he would come to my house for get togethers. He died suddenly in his sleep, so I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Oh,
that's not...
kind soul. Okay. Well, thank you for that, Dolly, that feedback. And that's what Mark and I were both feeling. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Mark. Mm-hmm.
Well, he just sees you as a Queen of Wands. He really likes you. He thinks you're great. He always did. He still does. He just kind of lavishes you with that. And if you've got some kind of little block or stumbling block, he says it's temporary and we're about to move forward. There might be a little bit of money worries, because I get the 8 of coins, but did did he leave you any kind of inheritance or anything like that? I don't know why he's talking about money. But the reason I was talking about that worry stuff is because I got these 3 cards in a row, and I don't think he was talking about himself. But I got the 8 of Swords. That's kind of like mental thoughts. It's a lot like worry, because then you also got the 9 of Swords. Keeping up at night. and this burdensome card. Like, oh wow, there's a lot of burden. So anyway, I don't know if you've been experiencing that or feeling like that, but he's saying that's about to pass. That's the good news of that, and that there's a a positive movement forward happening.
Mm-hmm.
So that,
And
yeah, he just wants. If that's what's going on, then he's trying to show you that he's been watching you. Yeah. I'm sorry.
and that's okay. You did get a chance you didn't get a chance to say goodbye while he was alive, but he's saying that he feels what you have in your heart, and he knows the wishes that you are sending to him, and he wants you to know not to worry about this, that this is he feels and knows that you wanted to say goodbye to him during the services, all those goodbyes. And he said that it's not a goodbye, it's a so long or until we meet again, because he said he will be there for you when your day comes. And he said that I feel as though there may have been something that he didn't know of or know about, or he may have had like little um, bouts of not feeling his 100%, but he sort of just ignored it. He also said that he did not want to be a burden. And this is almost like when we all say, if I have to go, I want to go in my sleep. And I know that it's not, I mean, I know that you lost your brother, but it is almost like a blessing. And he wants you to consider it that way. And that the last time you did say goodbye was the last time that he hugged and kissed you goodbye. And he understands that need for you to have this extended goodbye and this to tell him everything. He's saying that he feels you wanting what you want to tell him and how much you appreciated and loved him. He feels this. He feels your feelings, and he feels he can tell your thoughts too. So he is communicating with you on that level. But I'm so sorry for your loss, Dolly. Oh, he was always worried about money. I see.
Yeah, then those cards look a lot more about him, like sort of the state of his mind, here on the earth, because it was all that worry, fret, and then counting the money, like, is there enough for this and this? So, like when I first said, it's either about him or you, I'm not really sure, but so it did seem to be about him. But then he's talked, so then it changes the interpretation a little bit. That So I'm worried. I was counting. I was up at night. I'm fretting. I kind of tied myself up into a knot. But on the other side, look, you're released from that. So he gets that hangman right side up and realizing that wasn't a good thing. So, like that worry and fret over it didn't help. That didn't create more money. That actually just created more to worry about in a way, is what he's kind of seeing. So you do see things from a different perspective when you get the other side. And, then he gives us that Ace of Cups, which is like love, that like his focus and direction on the other side was about what real value comes from, and it's from love. Even that love from you, that was more valuable than all that money stuff he worried about. So he sees you at that cup, and so there's that. Now I got goosebumps all over my body, so I'm glad you commented back. um, he could see how different that is, and that his focus, it was out of fear. And we all go through that, but I don't know, it was like this realization of that was one of the bigger things he had of value, was you, his sister. Oh, you were his caretaker. Aha. Oh, wrong card. Queen of Wands. There you are. You're helping him. Um, and that Queen of Wands being there with them, you know, even through the time for him to move on to the other side and everything. Yeah,
Yeah, he really appreciated that, Dolly.
right.
How beautiful. And it's a blessing for you to be able to extend that service and to feel that gratitude and that sense of duty, so to speak, it really expands your soul to be able to provide that for a loved one. And I know that it wasn't easy and it was very trying at times, but it really does help your. He almost like not sacrificed, but he almost put uh, made, I think it was a pre-life agreement that he would be in that position for you to need to take care of him so that your soul would grow. You had like a pre-life agreement. Um, and that's like the ultimate sacrifice. And that's how much he loves you. But he's a very kind soul. And I could just see his face and the way that he's, very conscientious and loving. Oh, geez, God love him.
Yeah.
She said he was a deaf, mute, and disabled, but a hard worker and worked all his life. Wow. I did not get I did not get that. All I saw was his heart and his kindness. I did not get that. Hmm.
Yeah, that explains too. Like, you said he was older, but he did think of you kind of like an older sister and even like a mother figure. So, because he gave us that Empress card, and that was you caring for him, like your little special brother and taking care of him always. And so he always felt that a lot of care and love from you, you know. So that's why he wanted to show us that beautiful card.
He was the sweetest soul. It takes one to know one, Dolly. That's what he says. Takes one to know one. Sweetest soul. Aw. Yes, I was very protective of him. Well, thank you very much for sharing Stanley with us. That was so beautiful. His energy and his love for you. A beautiful sibling love and really nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so I have Melinda is here, and Melinda says, "Does Uncle Marshall have a message for me?" And after Melinda, I see Gray, and Gray, just say hello. Um, and then Twisted Sushi,
I love that name.
Gray and Twisted Sushi. Just say hello, so I can see you guys are here. You're very welcome, Dolly. Thank you.
Hello, hello. Be great if I could keep the cards in my hands. Okay. So we're looking at Uncle Marshall. Uncle Marshall feels a little funny.
You mean humorous?
Yes.
Okay.
Like maybe a funny uncle or unique in some way. Let's see here. Hey, Marshall.
I feel like maybe he was a younger uncle and perhaps close to your age. Um, like he was is he your father's brother or your mother's brother? Is it on the maternal side? I just feel like he was younger and closer to your age, and you were able to relate to him because he just doesn't. He's not coming through as being an old soul. I feel like he may have left this earth sooner than expected and sooner than the rest of his siblings. I feel like he was singled out or separated from his siblings in some way. And he's a your mom's brother, and he is 1 year older than your mom. Okay. I feel like he passed at 77. I feel like he may have been singled out or separated out from the rest of his siblings in some way. Um, I feel like he helped your mom raise you kids. I think he helped your mom a lot. I think he was I think it was like an extended family kind of thing. Like, um, he was over, or you saw each other every weekend, or um, there was a frequency to him. But I also feel like he's on his own for some reason. Maybe that's his job, or he's just telling me that he stands alone. But I'm not sure if he was not married, but he feels like he's separated in some way. He's I think he and your mom had to sort of grow up together, like help each other out and fend for each other. I'm not sure. Maybe they had a difficult upbringing, or a maybe one of their parents died early, and they felt like they had to like merge forces. And I think that this just lingered on, um, and merged through your life. But I do see him for some reason. He's showing me he's standing out. He's standing alone. I feel like he may have had. I mean, and I keep trying to dismiss it because it's the suggestive marshal, but I feel like he was in some sort of a public service, and I feel like he had authority, but responsibility, not authority, more responsibility. And I think it was in public service. Does this make sense? And sometimes people people if somebody's name is Judge, they work with law. If somebody's name is Penny, they work with cash. Like, it's just, and his name is Marshall, and I'm not sure. Okay, so let me just pop this up. Oh my gosh, yeah, you're good there, Melinda. He lived with us when I was a child. Then at 62, he became disabled, and my mom moved in with him to help take care of him. And I moved to the same town. My mom and I were both there when he passed. Oh, how beautiful. Yes, my mom and him were very close, and their father was absent when he was around. He's okay. The father was a sociopath. Okay. Um, and their mother passed away when my mom was 16 and my uncle was 17. My mom raised her two younger siblings also. Wow. Wow. He was SBI agent, maybe an FBI, and then he retired from that and became the chief of police for the small town. I kept dismissing it because his name is Marshall. I kept saying, no, that can't be right. That can't be right. And I should have just gone with it. It sounded, you know, Oh, hi, Scott, Scorpio Santoro. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. And that's amazing, Melinda. Thank you very much for all of that feedback. But he just seemed like he was standing alone and had authority, but responsibility. Not so much authority, but responsibility. Wow. 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 And bless your mother and you for going and helping him when he needed it. He seems to be a very courageous and honorable man. How lovely.
Yeah, I feel like he always kind of marched to his own drummer. He was a little, because I kind of get that soloed out energy a little bit, that he was on his own a lot. I don't get a lot of stuff about a partner or anything. It feels like, so I get this, the Two of Cups, but in this depiction of it, like, that doesn't look like a great loving relationship. They're like crying and stuff. Um, Maybe you're better off with a cat. So it feels like relationship maybe not have been his best thing, because he gets the Five of Cups at the same time. You know better than me. Um, But it feels like, he was kind of off on his own a lot of the time, doing his own thing, making his own way, being his own person, not really necessarily conforming the way other people did. He also showed me that he did work with law enforcement. Um, and, so there's the justice system. He was involved in that. He was always working with balancing. I'm going to say, he related kind of more. I guess that makes sense because, his dad seemed off or something. That he sort of related more with feminine energy, or certainly that's what made him feel more protective. I think it's that kind of thing that made him want to be a police officer to protect people, because sometimes I felt like he didn't feel as protected as he could have been or something. Some of his, I don't know, he was robbed a little bit of some of his like childhood, or he felt like he missed something, um, that he got a lot, but maybe there was a little lacking. There wasn't quite enough um, balance there. But that kind of makes sense with what you're saying about the dad. But I was trying to get a message, and he's just talking about himself a lot in here. Would you like to give us? Let me pull one more card to see if there's a message for Melinda. He also seems funny. Did he make you guys laugh? Because I do get, he was kind of a jokester, or he was like a young thinker or something like that. I don't know. I still get that maybe he didn't have the best love relationships while he was here. That's all I'm getting, sweetie. I hope that was helpful. Kind of walking away from love. Cups, 8 of Cups. So I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's what he wanted to talk about for some
I feel like
reason.
he has much gratitude to you and your mom for all the sacrifice that you made moving there and taking care of him. And it's almost like you and I against the world for your mother and him. And I see that you said that you think that you you believe he thought of you as his daughter, and he said better than that. He said that um, you were part of his. You helped to save him. I feel like he was on the brink a couple of times because of his father, and you helped to save him because of the love and the innocence and the like. He fought to save you and to protect you. If it was just for himself, he would have. Like, I think that he was teetering a little bit like that. She said he was very gentle, but definitely about the law and right and wrong. And she says, yes, he was very funny, dry sense of humor, and ultra intelligent. Spot on, Mark. Yep.
Yeah.
hmm But he just wants to thank you and your mother for the sacrifice. And he said he's going to be there for you. The way that you both uh, came to his rescue near to at his end of life to help take care of him. He's saying he's now on the other side helping to take care of both of you. So thank you very much, Belinda. I really appreciate the information and the feedback, and getting to know your uncle just a little better. What a lovely man. Yeah. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Oof. Okay. Let me try and stay away from the heavy. Oof. Okay. The next one I have is gray. So gray has two things here. I'll show you this one first.
Okay.
Gray is feeling a bit under threat lately. Is there some need or reason to increase protection? And then Gray also says, I've had two shocks of people really unexpected showing up at my place, even coming through my door. Is this part of a bigger problem? So are these people in spirit, Gray? Or are these people actually people in your life? Um,
Like strangers walking off the street. We're almost done. I know.
does Buttercup need a break?
No, she's just bugging me for some reason. We don't know why. Did you want to get down? I think you know how to. It's that face.
So is Gray or Twisted Sushi? Let me see. Did Gray or Twisted? I was very much Twisted Sushi's here. I don't know if Gray is still here.
Yeah.
I'll hide. Gray, if you're still here, you can come back. I just wanted to let you know that um, I wanted to find out who these people are. That was spiritual. Okay, Twisted Sushi is here, and she says, "Will Rebecca Campbell accept the deck idea I have of Source and Sun deck?" Hmm. Well, that's nice.
Like a deck of cards or a deck outside patio.
Or Oracle deck. Rebecca Campbell does Oracle cards.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay, so Gray is here. Gray, we'll be right back with you if you don't mind. This is a quick one. It's a good little palate cleanser. So, will Rebecca Campbell accept the deck idea? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that she is able to determine if this is a serious idea. I mean, if you just want to throw her a little piece of inspiration, that's one thing. Or if you are under contract and you're legally sending her your idea to have the rights for the intellectual part, and you're sending her a a legal offer to go into business together. I don't know if it's just a something that you're throwing out there for her to pick up. Thank you, Francine. That was very nice of you. Um, well, and it's almost saying it's almost going around and around. I'm not sure that she's understands that this is a serious offer, or that you're serious, or that this is something that she can take from you without legal agreement. Um, I because it's a business, and she has to be really careful that she just doesn't pick up somebody's idea and run with it, and then that person come back and say, "Oh, I was the one who gave you that idea. You owe me half of your estate." It's unfortunate, but you have to be really careful when you're in business like that. You have um, products and liability. It's a little bit more than that. So I think that um, for that reason, I don't think that she may consider that deck, but it may inspire her to do something in a similar vein. Will this suggestion inspire her to do something in a similar vein? Yeah. She sees that what people are asking for or looking for, and I feel like it may have already been a like your download that you received about this inspiration. She also had that same inspiration, and she had this idea of doing a source sun deck. And when you say this to her or mention it to her, she probably reminds her of the inspiration that she had. I'm sure she has a lot of deck ideas hanging out in the wings, and which one to bring forward next. You may have inspired her to bring that forward. But I think that she has to have record that she did create this idea first and have it in the wings. And yeah, so I hate to be, pop your bubble there, but How about you, Mark? What are you getting?
Yeah, well, I get that, it's a good idea to present it. The Knight of Pentacles. Look, here's my idea. Um, like you might have already done that. Um, so you present it, then you're kind of waiting to see because she has to look it over. And then she doesn't. It's like there's criticism or something you need to do differently, or in some way it feels a little bit like raining on your parade a little bit. Or maybe she says that there's already one that's like this or something like that. But then beyond that, so you might think, well, I don't like that, but actually I do think it helps in the long run. And that then you get there's like a brighter idea of it, or you're able to refine it or make it even more your own. So that's not, the outcome seems pretty good, but there might be a little stage in there where you have to revamp, or something about what she says makes you redo some part of it or something. But that ultimately you like that better, if that makes any sense.
Interesting.
I don't know how she works or what, how how any of that would work, but
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't do a lot of oracle decks.
Thank you very much, Twisted Sushi. That was interesting. A nice palate cleanser there. Um, okay, so let's go back to Gray. And Gray said it's all spirits coming through. And that's what I kind of thought. That's why I wanted to clarify. And they're men and they're deceased men throughout my life were around telling me if something big for me coming, typically a warning, but this was more of an assurance. But now I'm feeling threatened. So first of all, I want you to know that it's important for you to tell and say with any energy that is around you that you are in control of your own sovereign being, and nobody else and nothing else, no other energy is able to come into your surroundings or energy and threaten you. So if you are threatened, you're giving that to them, you're giving them fear, you're allowing them to have that, but you are in control. So the moment you say, I am in control here, I say who stays and who goes, and who and what you guys say and what you guys don't say. And with that, it neutralizes the threat, and you are the one in control. You can say, I don't appreciate, or I don't accept, or I do not acknowledge this energy in my surroundings, and please go. And you can only come through Archangel Michael if you would like to speak to or send a message through me. It's not really a good idea to entertain these lower vibrational energies that may be sort of feeding on your fear, or playing with the idea that you may be threatened. So, Gray, do you agree that you are a sovereign being and that you are in control of your energy? So, Gray is saying a manager of a building walked in on me, mistaken message. I just unlocked, no knock, and walked in. Very wrong. And that last person I want to ever see was at my door. So yeah, you should have a deadlock or deadbolt lock or some sort of a lock on the inside of your door to prevent anybody from walking in when you're in your home. But a manager of a building does have the ability to come in if you're renting. Okay, okay. Now he's saying sorry for the confusion. They were two real people.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Is there anything for Gray to be threatened? Is there any reason for Gray to feel threatened? Well, um, because your security was breached, because your security behind closed doors and in your own home was breached when this person walked through. And this is what brought your attention to the safety. And this is a safety matter, and whether or not you feel threatened is not their doing, it's yours. You can have a uh, an alert for safety, and perhaps have one of those kinds of bars you can put underneath the doorknob, and that is like pushed up against the floor so that nobody can get in while you're inside of your home. You might want to beef up some safety features inside your home. I would also get like a motion camera inside of your home, and yeah, make sure you keep your doors locked. I'm not sure how somebody that was towns away was able to walk into your home. That was quite um, unusual. Um, about 5 towns away. Oh, he was at your door, but not inside. He was at my door as I came home. Oh, um, it's important for you to work on uh, logical assessment of your surroundings, and I feel as though safety is paramount. Um, and you want to make sure that your person is protected as well. Keep mace on you, or keep one of those alarms that scream really loud on you. It's not good to walk around in that type of fear. It's important for you to change the situation, or tell somebody, and make sure that you're not alone when you are walking home, or walk home to your door. Yeah, I think it's important to take these things seriously, but don't let them uh, overrun your emotions. Make sure you're looking at it in a safety matter and not in a threat. I'm not sure I feel that. And if you are feeling threatened, definitely go to the police and make a report, and see if there's anything that you could do to keep these people away um, from your area, or what you can do. Find out what you can do. Make sure you report it and tell somebody. How about you, Mark?
I feel like on some level, like you've kind of opened yourself up to make, like maybe you wouldn't mind to have a new friend or a new person in your life, or that maybe sometimes you're not quite as, I don't know if you live alone or whatever, but it feels like, you wouldn't hate having a friend or something like that. So I got 3 pages, which is interesting. So it's a lot of kind of energy coming towards you, like new energy coming, new um, reaching out to you, like kind of opening up to a visitor, uh, a surprise visitor, a visitor with passion or something like that. So they're not quite what you have pictured, but it's sort of in a way attracting different people to the house. You might say, I don't want any new friends or anything. But I kind of get that you're a little bit open to it. So close up, lock your doors, that kind of thing. Um, because they also give me waiting for your ship to come in and the Three of Pentacles, like working with others. So I don't know. It's like I would be open to having other people in my life, but I don't want them to be threatening or scary. So I'm a little back and forth on that. That's what this feels like it is. And then they kind of show up, but it's like, well, not you. I don't want that person. So it's like kind of cross wires or sort of missing the mark a little bit. So just get clear on your intention. I don't think the universe is sending you harmful, threatening things, but just be clear on it. You can have a friend come over and visit or meet a new friend or something. It doesn't have to be like an energy you don't want there. So just be a little clearer on your intention, if that makes any sense at all, Guy. Great.
Grace says, my safety is very secure here, extremely so, which is why the mistake from management shocked. Only the convo is making me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. Conversation. Well, trust your vibes and beef up that security as much as you possibly can. And be aware of your surroundings and I don't know, call in Archangel Michael. Be on the phone with somebody when you're walking to and from your place. You can also look into how to increase my personal safety and get some ideas. You can Google something like that. And also, if you ever are threatened, please don't hesitate to call the police and let them know what you think, what you feel, and what you sense. And then if something does occur that breached your security, please do make sure you fill out a police report. And if it continues to get a restraining order. And she says, great. Thanks, Mark. Sounds right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Greg.
All right. Wow. Well, that flew by, Mark. I have like 20 more people here that wanted questions, but one one good thing is that Mark, and I just put Mark's YouTube link right here in the chat, everybody. Mark is also has a show every Saturday, and you can go over to Mark's YouTube channel, and he's on at 4:00 today, and that's in 2 hours, 4:00 Eastern, which is 1 p.m. Pacific. And you can go on over there and check out that show and see if we can fit in your question. But thank you, everybody, for coming in, for asking your questions. We're sorry we couldn't get to everybody. We would have to do a 24-hour marathon, and I don't think we'd still get to everybody.
That's right.
But very, very beautiful readings and interesting questions. And thank you all very, very much. And Mark, I know that you're on later on today at 4:00. Where are you coming up next after that?
Let me see here. Has some things in the works, but I don't have anything to announce. And then just my regular Monday show.
Okay.
At 2.
Yep. Yeah. And that's the animal show.
That's the animal show, which I would like to talk to you about that after we're done here for a minute.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. So, and also, Mark, you offer private readings as well.
Yep. And so you just have to contact me at my email address, and I'll let you know about that. And that's at spiritwhisper88@gmail.com.
Yeah, I do also have both of his link to his YouTube page and his email in the show notes below. And I just wanted to make sure I tell everybody, because we're not able to simulcast, or we're not simulcasting right now until YouTube and StreamYard work out some confusion there. But so please do go on over. And Miss Gerlach says, "See you all at Mark's party." It's always a party with Mark. Yeah. And thank you very much, Francine and Linda and everybody for coming. And we will see you again next time. Mark and I are together from time to time, and we look forward to seeing you all again. So, and also I forgot to tell you, I also am available for private readings if anybody is available. You can just check out my website at sunpsychicgene.com. Thanks again, Mark. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys and gals.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.